good afternoon to you and happy Friday Eve. It is Thursday. Welcome to What You Need to Know. We're so glad you're with us. I'm DeMarco Morgan.
And I'm Rhiannon Alley. Welcome on this Thursday. We are joined, of course, by Dr. Jen Ashton. We are going to begin this morning with the devastation in Turkey and Syria. That death toll now over 19,000. That's our big number today. An estimated 68,000 people were actually injured in that massive earthquake in Turkey and Syria.
And Dr. Jen, just looking at the pictures that are coming into us, you know, watching these babies and people just being pulled from rubble, being trapped for 40, 50 hours. You know what it's like. You were in Haiti, shortly after that earthquake in 2010. What are they facing now?
You know, it really does bring it all back to me because I arrived in Haiti in 2010, 48 hours after their earthquake, and spent 8 days there caring for victims and reporting on the medical. This is you can't even imagine the tragedy on a medical level, not to mention the fact that they can't get supplies in there. They don't have running water, electricity. So they're really failure if they are able to find someone alive.
You know, there are so many people who are wanting to pitch in and try to find out how they can help groups Syria and how you can help. Please go to this, UNICEF.USA.org/ABC News right there. You
they
can
really
get the
need
help
the whole,
yeah,
they really need the whole world's help at this point.
Absolutely.
Very important. And we want to turn now to ABC's Faith Abube. She's
Who knew? Very fascinating.
Yeah,
6,000.
extremely fascinating.
Incredible. Faith, thank you.
All right, thank you. And we have a lot more ahead for you right here on GMA3.
Welcome back. Dr. Jen joins us now to talk respiratory illnesses in children. And I think a lot of parents assume when their kids get a respiratory illness, it's COVID.
Right.
But that's not usually the case.
It's not, and I have in my hands here a new publication published in the journal JAMA Pediatrics that tracks emergency room visits in a pediatric population even before SARS-CoV-2, aka COVID, appeared on the scene. And it really found that even when we started to see COVID here, the primary reason that children were being brought to an emergency room was rhinovirus and enterovirus. Those are two other respiratory viruses that can give the same symptoms. And I think what's interesting here is that we've been so COVID focused, right? Understandably so, since 2020. But there's a slew of pathogens, viruses that cause very similar symptoms in children as well as adults. And we have to remember we need to be able to walk and chew gum at the same time, right? So yes, we have to think of COVID. Yes, we have to think of RSV and influenza. Those are the ones catching the headlines. But the run-of-the-mill rhinovirus, enterovirus, as parents, our kids have had those, and they don't walk in holding a sign up that says, this is rhinovirus.
Right.
And so largely they're treated the same way, but it's always important to get a good feeling for, you know, the epidemiology of something so that you can try not only to treat it, but to prevent it.
And it's not just kids who are at risk, but adults as well.
Right, and I think that adults, we all engaged in this. Myself, I was guilty of it as well. You know, you get a sniffle, you get a sore throat, you get a cough, and you only think COVID. We have to not have blinders on, especially now as we're in this new phase of living with this virus, and this study is a perfect reminder of that. There are a lot of things that cause the common cold. Coronavirus is just one of them.
All right, Dr. Jen.
Thank you. Back in a moment. The time of her life right now.
I'm such a big Jennifer Coolidge fan, but she's just leaning into
like
that whole person. Yeah, and then the voice.
She's got that comedic timing just down. Love her.
I love it. I give it 2 thumbs up.
Let's talk. We got a viewer question. This is from Pam L. She says, as she's approaching 50, she wants to know, does she need to alter her exercise routine?
This is a great question, and not only for women, but for men. The answer kind of is yes. You should definitely keep your foot on the gas, if not press that exercise gas pedal a little more, because we do need more over the age of 50. But what I recommend to people, again, men and women, is that from mid-age on, people were so conditioned, pardon the pun, to think of only cardio or only weight training. Over 50, you actually need 4 types of exercise in your fitness regimen. You need cardio, you need weights to stay strong, but you also need balance and flexibility. So think about those 4 kind of spokes to your exercise wheel and try to hit all of them, because they're all really, really important, especially as we get older. So I recommend to people, as you're brushing your teeth in the morning, do it on one foot and then the other, and you get some balance, you get some core work in there, and you actually get your brain involved to working other parts of your body that don't get that kind of stimulation.
I love that.
Yeah, what about the folks who don't have rhythm?
Or balance? I don't know. You can try it.
All right, what's your prescription for wellness?
Okay, this one goes to our stage manager, Brad. He was asking about how to work on, kind of dialing down the worry from our colleagues in mental health. So there are some tips. Brad, see? Yeah, this is for you, Brad. Number one, really divert your attention. You are in control of where you put your mental energy and focus. So if you're constantly thinking about something that you're worrying about, you're going to be worrying about it even more. Number two, set a limit. Just say, okay, you know what? I can think about this for a minute, but I can't think about this all day or all week. And lastly, really put yourself in the present time. My favorite author, Eckhart Tolle, will say, if you ask someone, what is the problem right now, the answer is nothing, right? Because you're breathing, you're not in pain, you're here. So that self-dialogue is super important.
You know what Brad's worried about. You know what Brad's worried about?
I do.
He's worried the Eagles are not going to win the Super Bowl.
Brad, it's going to be fine. Brad, I promise you.
I'm on your side. I'm on your side. And folks, don't forget, you can go ahead and submit your health questions to us right here at ABC GMA3. Go Eagles. All right, coming up next right here on GMA3, something we haven't seen before in Super Bowl history.
Go Chiefs.
Wow. That's good acting right there. That is pretty good. Welcome back to GMA3. That was a clip from the new political thriller 88, which hit theaters February 17th.
And joining us now is one of the stars of the film. You just saw her, and you also know her from the hit television show Power, as well as one of the members of the platinum-selling group 3LW. Give it up for Naturi Naughton in the house.
She's in the house and bringing color and style and everything.
Looking gorgeous. We are going to talk about that political thriller in a moment. But first, we have to give a big congrats.
That when you were in college, you were a political science major.
I was.
And now, of course, you're doing a film with some political themes.
Isn't that crazy?
But what did you think? Did you just want to study that because you found it interesting, or did you have political aspects?
Thank you so much for joining us today. So nice to have you here. Naturi Naughton, everyone. 88, by the way, hits theaters next Friday.
And that is what you need to know for this Thursday. Great having you here. Come on back tomorrow, everybody. I'm DeMarco Morgan.
And I'm Rhiannon Alley for Dr. Jen Ashton, Naturi Naughton, and all of us here at ABC News. Make it a great day.
Thank you.